You know when you're trying to pursue something that matters to you, maybe something important to you in your life, something creative, something that might feel like a risk, and that little twinge of self-doubt, that voice of severe self-criticism, anxiety, or fear, like this isn't going to work out. Actually, that kind of stuff shows up for me here when I'm talking to you on this channel. You know how those voices can actually stop you dead in your tracks and get in the way of you pursuing the life that actually matters to you? In ACT, we have a classic metaphor, the passengers on the bus, that helps you to stop letting those inner voices control the direction that you go with your life. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tim Gordon. I'm a social worker, author, ACT trainer, and I'm excited to be sharing with you the passengers on the bus. It's a simple way to understand how your thoughts and emotions can drive the decisions that you make in your life. By the end of this video, my commitment to you is that you'll know how to keep moving toward your values, even when your mind is loud. I want you to imagine a bus, and whatever kind of bus comes to mind for you, whether a city bus, a school bus, it doesn't matter. We're just picturing a bus, a place where someone can drive and there's passengers. Imagine that you're experiencing, we might say in ACT, the context of what you're experiencing is your bus, and you are the driver. Sometimes there's passengers on board and they're obvious. Maybe you look over your shoulder and you know exactly who's typically on your bus. Maybe there's a voice in your life saying, hey, parenting is really important to me and I need to persistently pursue that. Like that's a stop that I'm always moving towards. Maybe there's other passengers that are maybe not so values focused. Maybe there's passengers, the voices of fusion, the passengers that say things like, you're not a good parent. Tim, you're not an adequate ACT trainer. These videos aren't actually helpful to people. You talk too fast. Your examples are way too light. Nobody actually gets anything out of this. The work that you do is kind of crap. I want you to notice the passengers that come along on your bus. And if you can't see them, if they don't occur to you as voices, just label them, the different types of thoughts that you have. Self-doubt, self-criticism, hopes, dreams, thoughts, memory passengers. Maybe if you have PTSD or different types of experiences from your past that are intrusive, maybe those are your memory passengers of trauma or intrusive memories. See the fear passengers. These are the passengers who are maybe not your worst enemy, maybe not your most self-critical voice, but the ones who are like, what if this happens? What if this goes wrong? Watch out. You might mess this up. Be careful. Some of your passengers are quiet. Maybe most of the bus ride, they're just kind of chilling. Maybe looking out the window, playing around on their phone, listening to a podcast. And every so often they have things to say. Other passengers can be quite loud, intrusive, and start telling you where to go and what to do. Don't pursue your dream. Don't make a leap in your life. Don't ask that person out on a date. Don't take a risk. It's not going to work out. Pull over. Go in this direction. Maybe some yell things at you like, you're going the wrong way. Look out. You know you're not good enough. You can't do this right. We all have passengers. The problem comes when we let our passengers control where we steer. And notice that in ACT, we're not trying to kick passengers off. And I bet there are passengers on your bus that you would love to like slam on the brakes, get up, and maybe you do this in your life and you turn around and you start yelling at them, get off this bus. And as much as this is a playful metaphor, notice how you do that in real life. Maybe substances suddenly become really interesting to you. Maybe anger becomes a default setting because you're just so bloody irritable having to deal with all of this overstimulating nonsense and pain that you're just sick of it and you're ready to kick anybody out of your life. Notice how you react to the passengers. And it's unique to you, your own reactions. But also notice how much time, attention, energy that these passengers that we don't want on our bus take away from us. Maybe there's passengers that aren't always consistently on your bus. Maybe they sneak on. Maybe there's particular stops in your life or particular directions that you start driving towards where passengers that maybe are unwanted are more likely to come aboard. One of the most plain examples that I can give you, and this might be a bit evocative, so perhaps this is a bit of a trigger warning, but for many of us, looking at ourselves naked in the mirror can be a direction that we drive our bus in that can invite some unwanted passengers to come aboard. Or just do anything that's important to you and notice the passengers that show up. In ACT, the first letter of the ACT acronym, acceptance, you would think that toleration or putting up with the passengers would be our default setting, right? Being accepting, receiving those passengers. That's easier said than done. So instead, I think the obvious acceptance move here for us is to just notice how those passengers affect our behavior as the driver. Do we actually stop pursuing driving towards what's important to us in life because these passengers are here? How do the passengers interrupt your journey? How do they get in the way of you focusing on where you want to go and how you actually want to get there? I think that's the best way for us to practice acceptance. How about diffusion? Well, if you're allowing your thoughts to ride along with you, can you label them? Can you actually just peer over your shoulder, maybe look in your bus driver's mirror, and hear the passengers, maybe acknowledge them, but without obeying them, without arguing with them, without slamming on the brakes, getting out of your seat and screaming at them or trying to kick them off the bus. Knowing where you want to go, knowing how you want to get there. Maybe there's some places in your life that you need to hit, all gas, no brakes, pedal to the metal, because you value it so deeply that you don't even want to allow yourself to indulge in the noise and you just want to drive as hard as you can. But maybe there's other times where you need to go slow, a little bit more patiently, a little more purposefully. These are your values. And sometimes it can be helpful to hold them lightly. Sometimes we can get rigid about our values. I know I can. So instead, just noticing how you're interacting with your values, with what is important to you in your life, can be a profoundly meaningful way of changing how you interact with your pain and how you drive your bus. And how about yourself as context? Remember that you are the one who's driving. You're not the passengers. And in fact, trying to control who's on your bus, trying to reject them, getting really fused with those thoughts, maybe believing them, can not only stop you from going in the direction that you want to go, but can actually cause you to engage in behaviors that you wouldn't otherwise choose to do. It can create fusion. It can create experiential avoidance, the opposite of acceptance and defusion. So this week, when a familiar voice shows up on your bus, self-doubt, fear, severe self-criticism, try responding differently. You don't have to kick them off the bus. You don't have to argue with them. Maybe try saying something like, "Yeah, I hear you. I just need a minute because I'm driving. This is actually really important." Or, my favorite, "Sorry, one customer at a time. I can only do one thing at a time. I can just drive right now." And I'd also like to invite you, apart from that little bit of diffusion, take one small step. Do something that actually moves you in the direction of your values, with the noise, with your passengers, rather than ignoring, arguing, or trying to challenge them or kick them off your bus. Notice here that your job isn't to silence the passengers. As an ACT practitioner, as somebody who's practicing this work of psychological flexibility in your life, your job is to keep driving towards what matters most, to do it congruently with the person that you want to be the most real, authentic version of you as you bring those passengers with you. Because a full, meaningful life doesn't mean that you're without these passengers. And tell me in the comments, what's the loudest passenger on your bus right now? And how's this metaphor working out for you? If this metaphor has helped you in any way, please give the video a like and share it with somebody who you think might need it. You never know who this work could make a difference in their life. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more ACT tools from my channel. Thanks so much for following along.